What makes someone stop scrolling and actually look at your ad? In a world where visuals are everything, it usually comes down to one thing: the quality of your imagery. That's why a lot of small businesses are starting to look beyond the usual one-click AI tools, and ComfyUI is a great example of a professional AI art service that gives you more control of how your visuals turn out. With customizable workflows that help you create content that feels not only more intentional, but also a lot more aligned with your brand. Now, while a lot of businesses are using basic AI tools and one-line prompts, the ones that really stand out are building custom visuals that actually match their brand, and they're using ComfyUI workflows to do it. So in this video, I'll walk you through how it works and why more professionals are using ComfyUI for business, and also how this tool might give you an edge over the competition. Okay, so let's start with some really simple basic facts. According to Amazon's own data from a 2024 update, ads that use branded custom images see about 50% higher click-through rates than ones that just use standard product shots. Now, that makes more sense when you think about how far visual marketing has come. I mean, just a few years ago, stock photos were everywhere. Remember this one of a woman whose salad just told the best joke that she's ever heard? Well, this kind of content became a punchline for a reason. Then came the rise of basic AI image generators, which made it extremely easy for anyone to create visuals with just one simple text prompt. Now, here's the thing though. That style of AI art has started to wear thin. It's generic, somewhat similar, and also fairly easy to spot. A lot of people can now recognize AI-generated images at a glance, and in many cases they associate it with low effort. But that's why tools like ComfyUI are total game changers. It gives you full control over how your visuals are built so that you can stay consistent with your brand and also avoid all the usual AI quirks on the first try. Your images will look polished, professional, and in many cases, better than stock photography or illustration because they're perfectly tailored to fit your brand. So now you might be wondering, what else can ComfyUI do in terms of marketing? Let's start with product visuals. Say that you run an e-commerce business that sells custom colognes. Well, normally you need to rent out a studio, hire a photographer, and also probably only get a few polished shots from a couple of angles. It works, but it's limiting. With a ComfyUI workflow though, you can create photorealistic 360-degree images of your product in any setting that you want. For example, with a white backdrop with sunlight, or in a custom background with some relighting effects. So you're not only saving yourself on time and money, but you're also making sure that your visuals stay consistent with your brand across the board. Now let's take a local furniture store. They need content for everything. Instagram posts showcasing their newest arrivals and website banners for promotions. Normally that's a lot to manage, but with the ComfyUI setup tailored to their branding, they can create tons of visual content that all feels cohesive. Finally, let's take a look at custom illustrations for content marketing. Think of a B2B software company that's putting out blogs to drive leads. Writing the content is one thing, but finding the right visuals, especially for abstract stuff like workflow automation or data integration, that usually means hiring an illustrator or designer, and that gets expensive really quickly. But with the ComfyUI workflow built around their brand, they can generate custom illustrations for every piece, each one unique, visually on point, and also way more engaging than stock graphics. It's kind of the thing that used to cost thousands, but now can be handled in-house with way more flexibility. Now, just to be totally upfront, ComfyUI isn't exactly plug and play. It's a powerful tool, but it does come with some complexity. Now, this is what the interface actually looks like. Instead of typing into a simple text box like most AI tools, ComfyUI uses a node-based workflow system. You see, each of these little blocks or nodes does something specific, whether it's generating the initial image, adjusting colors, refining details, or combining elements. You connect them together to build the full image workflow. So as an example over here, I have this node over here where I'm specifying that, look, I want to have a cologne bottle, seaside scenery, and 4K background. In this node, I'm specifying things that I don't want. So text, watermark, sand. Let's say that I remove sand for now and just keep this as a base image. If I hit run, we can see that it first executes this workflow by loading in the model. Now this will take a second the first time that you're running it. Once that's done, it's then going to understand, well, what is the positive and the negative, and then based on that, it's going to generate this image. So now that we understand how this process works at a high level, let's see if we can add in some more details. So over here, I'm going to add in some more things like seashells, sunshine, and waves. And now I can remove sand. So the positive is this. So I want to see these things over here on the image. And the negative is this. So I don't want to see text, watermark, or sand. So let's run the workflow again. And this time it's going to sample and then create this image for me. As you can see, this image now doesn't have any sand. So far, we've been using the RealViz XL V50 model, and we can see that over here. Now, this is a really powerful model for image generation. However, we can also find more image generation models on Civit AI. So over here, I typed in RealViz XL, and this is basically the model that I ended up using. All I did was I simply downloaded it and I loaded it onto my ComfyUI workspace. So that allowed me to use this model for image generation. Now here's the really cool part. Because I'm downloading this model locally on my computer, that means that I don't need to have any internet connectivity to be able to use it. I can simply turn off my internet connection and I'll still be able to use that model to generate these images. So what exactly are these models? Well, they are different AI systems that are trained on specific styles or types of images. Now, picking the right model and also setting it up correctly really makes a big difference. Now, there's also the specs to consider. Now, as ComfyUI has some pretty significant hardware requirements, basic tools can run in the cloud, but getting the most from ComfyUI often means that you need to be able to utilize GPUs and substantial RAM. And yeah, the learning curve is real. Getting good at this really takes time. Between building workflows, choosing the right models, fine-tuning your settings, and also running multiple iterations, even a simple marketing visual can take an experienced user an hour or two just to get it right. Now, that's compared to a few minutes with a basic tool. But here's the trade-off. Once you've got it all dialed in, the quality that you can get from ComfyUI is on another level. So it really helps to deliver high-quality visuals that feel intentional, consistent, and also professionally made. Something that a lot of other one-line prompt tools struggle to do. Truly, these folks know the tech inside and out, and they help translate all of that complexity into something so incredibly useful for your day-to-day marketing. Instead of spending months trying to figure it out yourself, they'll build the workflows that are designed specifically around what your business needs are, whether that's product visuals, social media content, or custom illustration. Everything is set up to match your goals from the start. They also bake your brand style directly into the system, meaning that every image that you generate follows your brand's look, the colors, the tone, the visual details, all of those things that make your business feel like your business. Then once you've got all of the systems in place, they'll walk your team through how to use it, and usually provide templates to make things even easier. So instead of building something from scratch every single time, your marketing team can actually start generating new content right away. And when things change in your business, like maybe you're launching a new product, running a new campaign, or just evolving, well, they will be there to help you out to make sure that that change is going to be seamless. There's no denying that visual marketing has changed in a massive way, and custom AI generated content has quickly gone from a nice to have to a real competitive edge. And what used to be reserved for only big companies with full AI teams is now accessible for businesses of all sizes to seize thanks to tools like ComfyUI. So with the right support, this kind of image generation can become a real asset for your marketing, helping you create content that stays sharp, on brand, and also highly effective. The fact of the matter is this: a lot of your competitors are still relying on stock photos or basic AI tools, which leaves a nice open window of opportunity for businesses that are ready to level up. So if you're ready to make the shift, there are professionals on Fiverr who specialize in building custom ComfyUI workflows for you. They take care of the technical setup so that you can start making AI-driven marketing visuals without needing to learn it all from scratch. So I highly recommend checking them out when you're ready to take that next step. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone who might need it, and also leave a comment if you have any questions. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos on AI image generation and smart marketing strategies that can help independent businesses like yours really stand out.